Let's kick it off now.
Yep.
All right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Welcome to another video. And as usual, before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh,
Hawa,
Bahashim,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Bahashim,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash.
Want to say double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and all the teachers of Great Millstone who rule and teach well.
That's
We
right.
want to say peace and salutation to the Akim who's out there pushing this word day in and day out throughout the four corners of the earth. To you, brothers, shalom.
Shalom.
Of course, shalom to the sisters, the ones who are sitting back, paying attention, the ones who are listening and learning in silence. To you, we want to say shalom.
Shalom, sisters.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, brother.
Yeah.
Back
All right.
at it.
So we want to, get into another video. The spirit was on us from this morning to do a video, but
God.
brothers were tired, so we wanted to get our rest in because we work nights, right? So, yeah, we want to get this off. So I'm going to play this video real quick just to get it popping. All right.
Okay. Yep.
Imagine a day comes where all the billionaires and elites go into their bunker and shut the door. They press a button in their local data center, shuts off the power grid to all civilians. The water gets shut off. They're going to use AI to control everything. Bridges will lift. Highways will be shut down. Toxins will be spread into the air. And they will literally watch on big screens in their bunkers as people fight and starve and dehydrate and die. And then once the population is very small and only the strongest survived and the air has cleared, they come out and they start building over again.
All right. So I don't know if you want to jump into that or how you feel.
Absolutely. Because the spirit does what it does, we pretty much came up with the same precepts. So let's start with Isaiah 2:19. Want to go there?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that one. Isaiah 2:19, because it says this. And they shall go.
Salakia. Go start at 17.
Start 17? Of course. Isaiah 2:17. And the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man shall be made low. And Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai alone shall be exalted in that day.
Yeah, so it says the loftiness of man shall bow down, and the haughtiness of men shall be made low. Mm-hmm. So these rulers, these kings, these princes, which are like the DJ Trump, the JD Vance, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with all these
the
men
technocrats too.
Statue in this society. These
the technocrats, Salakia, brother. I was saying the technocrats too. Don't forget them, the elitists. Like your man Elon, who's responsible for the mark of the head here, if you will, right? And the Bezos of the world, who are not really, they're just pawns in the game because they're not really the rich men of the earth. They got some money, of course. They got more than you and I. But then there's the elitists, the top of the top, who really run the thing, right?
Oh yeah. So these men, these lofty men, these men who sit in high places, right? They're going to be brought low because these men, these elitists, they're in high places.
Yeah.
They're in their heaven right now. Hence the reason why they can do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Live however they want to live because they're in their kingdom. This is their house, right? They're the ones who control everything. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is telling you that they're going to be made low. They're going to be bowing down at that time. And at that time, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he will be exalted in that day. Right?
Yeah.
Go to verse 18.
No, if I may add on, I got loftiness here in the Hebrew, and I want to just bring it out quickly. For those who don't know, for those of you listening and learning at home or just paying attention to the times that we're in, when you go into the word loftiness in the Hebrew, it says gabath here from Hebrews 1:3-6:1, which means pride, right? And we know exactly how pride sits with the Most High powers. One of the things that he hates the most. It's an abomination unto him. And so because of Esau's pride, he has to be brought down, right? Because, you know, the mentality out in this world is that he doesn't need God. There is no God. The only God is him. And I believe that goes into Ezekiel. In the comparison there is the king of Tyre, right? So I just had to add that on.
Mm-hmm. You go to verse 18 again.
Isaiah 2 and 18, and the idols he shall utterly abolish.
Okay. And the idols he shall utterly abolish, such as your Jebus,
Mm-hmm.
your Buddha, your
Mm-hmm.
Shiva, your Muhammad,
Mm-hmm.
your Allah. Like all of these gods, the Most High is going to destroy in that day,
Mm-hmm.
because his name alone is going to be magnified and exalted that during that time. Right? And this is what we're saying here, right? Anyway, go ahead, brother.
Also, the contemporary idols, your car, your money, right? Your house, that cottage that you have out there in Malibu. Those are things that are being idolized right now and being put before the Lord, and people are trusting in their riches, right? Which riches is also another idol, right? These riches is what these elitist men are trusting into instead of the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay.
Yep.
Isaiah 2.
So,
Had that.
So we're going to jump from 18.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to come back to verse 19.
Right.
I want you to skip over that and go to verse 20, just to go preface what you're speaking about, the riches, the gold, the cars, the cottages, all these things, right? Just go to 20.
Beautiful. Isaiah 2 and 20. And then in that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats.
So basically what you just said, this is what we just said. This is what we just read.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to show you how the scriptures are in line with everything that we see in society today.
Right.
Right. All right. Go back to 19 now. Let's close this off.
Beautiful, brother. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks and in the caves of the earth for fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and for the glory of his majesty when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth.
Yeah. So we know, as pursuant to what this guy just said, let me play that again for you, just the beginning, so you know where we're going with this.
Imagine a day comes where all the billionaires and elites go into their bunker and shut the door.
Yeah, so these elites, these millionaires, these technocrats, right? These all have bunkers all over the world, right? From your Jeff Bezos to your Elon Musk to your, what's that Facebook guy? Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
Yeah. All these people, these elites, they got their bunkers. Where you think their bunkers are? You think their bunkers is under the water or it's in the sky? Their bunkers is in the mountains, in the rocks, right? So these scriptures don't miss. So when you see these people going out there and making these bunkers in the mountains or in the wherever they make their bunkers at, just know that these things were prophesied before they did it. So these people they have to do it because prophecy has to be fulfilled on someone. And these prophecies are being fulfilled on them, right? These are who the prophecies are being fulfilled on, these men, right? All right, we can close that off there. Let's go to Jeremiah 16 and 6. 16 and 16.
16 and 16.
Actually, Slakia, I got one real quick. We don't want let's not jump from there. Let's go to Isaiah 2 and 10. Salakia, I forgot this one.
Isaiah 2 and 10. Isaiah 2 and 10. Enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and for the glory of his majesty.
All right. Salakia, this is nice. I'll keep seeing these things. Let's go to verse 8. Their land also is full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. This is speaking. Go ahead, brother.
It's going back to what we touched on briefly. We touched on the idols of past and the idols of future present, right? Everybody trusting in their money, trusting in their riches, their wealth, their esteem, their status in society. And it's so infectious that it not only speaks to the billionaires, it speaks to the nation of Esau Edom, period. Because when you go on IG, when you go on social networking, you'll see various videos of them of Esau building bunkers in their own backyard. The other day, I seen a man digging out the plot of his backyard, and he put an old plane in there, covered it up, and then he decorated the interior and made it basically a man cave. So this is the mentality of Esau. He feels like when this devil pushes that doomsday button, which Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gave him the power to create, to be a trick bag for himself, right? They think they're going to flee. They think they're going to be able to go into these little bunkers and whatever, these little islands of solitude that they've created for themselves. But not so. Not so. And that's because of the pride of their heart. Right?
It says they worship the work of their own hands, just like what you're getting into. This man, you know what I'm saying, put the plane in his backyard, covered it with whatever, you know, decorated it. And he's looking at that now like, whoa, like I created this, you know what I'm saying? And they start worshiping that thing. They start glorifying that thing, right? Yeah, verse 9, it says, and the mean man boweth down, right? And it says, and the great man humbleth himself, therefore forgive them not. Now, when you go to Ecclesiasticus 10, I think verse 12, it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, you know, that precept. And it also goes into, though he bowed down and humble. Get it from me. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10.
Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach in the Apocrypha, which is very much a part of the 1611 King James Bible. It says this: never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that it.
Stop. Sorry. We don't want to, I don't want these people to miss where we're going with this. I'm going to read this again, and then you're going to read that again. And it says, and the mean man boweth down, and the great man humbleth himself. Therefore, forgive them not. Read it again, brother.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And here's the point here. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet
so crouching means bow down. And he comes humble. So he humbleth himself. Continue.
Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Yeah, so don't forget what they did. Don't forgive them, right? Don't forget what they did, and don't forgive them, because their wickedness cannot go away. Their wickedness will forever be amongst them. So though they come bowing down, humbleth himself like he's a puppy dog, you know, because when a dog comes to you bowing down, he's showing you that he's harmless. But don't trust them. And over here it says, you forgive them not. So if you're not going to forgive a person, you won't let that person come near you. You know about the wickedness of Esau Edom. You know about the butchery, the boogery, everything that they did on planet Earth. Why you forgive them? Look at their criminal history. You can see everything that they did. Right? So if you know what they did, why would you want to forgive them? The Most High is telling you here in Isaiah 2:9, don't forgive them.
Right? That term being caught red-handed speaks specifically to Esau, because we know he's the red man of the earth, and not the so-called white man as he has prefaced himself. And also it says here, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass. And this really speaks to the elect. We're definitely going to be on him. We're going to see it right away, right? And I pray we brothers are of that number. We're going to see it right away. Ain't going to be no poking or prodding, because Esau might be the ultimate hustler, but Jake is the ultimate supplanter. So we know the tricks. We know what you're going to come with. We're not blind to your devices, Satan. We know exactly what you're going to do in that time, right? So we're prepared for it, and we're preparing for it now by bringing out this truth.
Now here's the point in 10 and 11. You can grab that.
10 and 11.
Isaiah 10, 11.
Isaiah 10.
I could grab it if you don't have it. Let me grab it. It says, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for fear of the Lord. And this is Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? It says, for fear of the Lord Yahweh, and for the glory of his majesty. Now, what is the glory of his majesty? I'm going to read that again. It says, enter into the rock, meaning go hide yourself and hide thee in the dust, right? So these bunkers that you build, now it's the time to go hide, right? It says, for fear of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yashai. Why are you running now? Right? You see the works of Yahweh Shem Yashai, so now you're running into your bunker. You see these things popping off all over the earth. You see these arrows flying from the east
Yep.
up to the west. So now you want to go hide in the bunkers, which you should, right? And it says, for the glory of his majesty. Now, at that time, the glory of his majesty is these missiles, right? Coming over to
His
hit
power.
you, your bunkers, man. So you need to hide yourself because guess what? You need to be preserved for what? For slavery. Right? And verse 11, it says, the
Salakia,
love.
brother. Salakia, brother. I wanted to add on there. And even deeper still, and for the glory of his majesty is Yasharallah and the elect, starting with Yahweh Shai. Right? That is the glory, because the glory of a king is his progeny, is his lineage, is his heritage, is his children. Right? Yeah, I just had to add that there.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. 2 and 11 you wanted to go to now?
2:11, yeah.
Khan. And the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down.
Hold on, let me give it to them bit by bit. Let's give it to them piece by piece. This is nice. You know what I'm saying? Let's just give it to them bit by bit. Read that first part again.
Khan. And the lofty looks of man shall be humbled.
Okay.
And the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down.
So the lofty looks of man shall be humbled. So these billionaire technocrats that act like they are the most powerful, which they are the most powerful. So they should act lofty and haughty.
Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? So yes, they are. They're the ruling class of the world. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so they should, they should be acting in their stead. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, because in that day, they're going to look at Jake and say, yo, these are the men we had in derision. At that time, they're going to be in shame. They're going to be like, wow, we had these men in slavery, right? And look at them now. They're gods among us, right? We're peasants to them now, right? And continue.
And Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahushai alone shall be exalted in that day.
And the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, which is.
You wanted that line? And let's get it again. Isaiah 2 and 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down.
Yep. So these people, like, we are telling you who they are, right? Because you don't see us running around. Yeah, you might see a few of us like the Jay-Z, the Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, the Rick Ross. You see these men acting all proud, but these things were given to them by these people at the top, the ones who run the ship, the Amalekites. They gave them that, and they had to do something to get that. Look at P. Diddy. They snatched his from under his foot quick time. You get what I'm saying? So the haughtiness and the lofty look, this is speaking about you, the Edomites, the ones who are on top, the ones who is in control, right? The ones who are the puppet master who control everybody else beneath them, right? And it says, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And we spoke about that already, right? Because the Most High has to take down these gods of this world, right? The Pharaoh, because these men are pharaohs in this kingdom, right? The Most High has to take them down, and then his name will be exalted in that name. Him alone, and of course, him and his son Yahweh Shai, of course. That has to be known. It's the same thing that happened in Egypt, right? The Most High had to take down the Egyptians, right? Because these people, the Israelites, they looked up to these Egyptians. So even though these Egyptians were whooping their asses, they still looked like them as gods. Right? But the Most High had to do what? The Most High had to perform miracles, right? Send plagues, deliver the Israelites out of those things, right? He had to put himself up above all of them after he took down the Egyptians.
To show the glory of his majesty, right?
Exactly. So the same thing that happened then is going to happen again now. The great Exodus, they call it, right?
Yeah. All
right. So like your brother, we know we talked a lot there, but
it's all good. It's all good. It's the spirit. Let the spirit do what the spirit does. That's what it's about. Let's move ahead. Let's go to Jeremiah 16 and 16. Let's go there.
All right. Start at 14.
Yeah, yeah. Jeremiah 16 and 16. We're going to start our 14 to give context here. And my heading here in my my scriptures in my Bible, it says, and Yahweh will restore Yasharallah, right? Which is beautiful here. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
continue.
But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north,
I like
and from
it.
all the lands whither he hath driven them.
Right.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Read 15 again.
Con. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Yeah, so in Egypt, the Israelites, they thought that the Most High died. They thought that he would have never delivered them, right? So that's why it's saying that the Lord liveth. That it says in the first verse, it said, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall be no more said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, because that was a great exodus, right?
Mhm.
Now, the second exodus is in 15, where it says, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, right? Where is the land of the north? We're in the land of the north right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Continue.
Con.
And from the land,
And from
yeah,
Con, I got it. And from all the lands whither he hath driven them, and I will
yeah,
bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
yeah. So here we have it now. Who were driven from these? Who was driven into these lands? Right? Was it the Amalekites? Was it the Edomites? Was it the Ishmaelites? Or was it the Israelites? The Israelites were the only ones who were driven in the land of the north. So the
Mhm.
prophecy is saying that the Messiah is going to gather them, right? It says he's going to, the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north and from the lands whither he had driven them.
Mm-hmm. And
And
how
I
were
will,
we driven there, brother?
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
how
go
we
ahead.
were driven there? We were driven there by slavery. That's
Mhm.
the first and foremost, right?
Yeah. So there's
And
going to be a great exodus in these lands, the
Con,
land of the north. I mean, the exodus is going to be around the world, but the majority of this is going to happen in the land of the north, mainly Babylon the Great, which is America,
con,
right? Now get 16 by the point.
con. Jeremiah 16 and 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
So why would the Most High send for fishers and hunters, right? And why would the Most High go gather these men from out the rocks? The reason why they were in the rocks is because they were preserved for what? For slavery. Now, who's going to take them out of these rocks? The fishers, the hunters, which are who? The elect men. They are the ones who's going to go and take these men out of the rocks, out of their bunkers, their safe haven, right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai is going to give spiritual powers to the Israelites, the elect, to go gather these men. So we are going to be, Yahweh Ratazah, we are of that number. You know what I'm saying? We are going to go gather these men out of the rocks, man. And these are
Con,
prophecies that were prophesied in Jeremiah and in Isaiah, right? So you see these men building bunkers, and you hear about fishers and hunters who's going to go take them out of these bunkers. You know that the Most High does not miss, right? You got
con.
something?
Yeah, I just wanted to add on. So this prophecy that's being told here in Jeremiah, speaking to the elites getting being drawn out of their bunkers, right? Because that comes after that nuclear explosion. So not all the elite money changers of the world, if you will, the elite money handlers and their kinfolk are going to be wiped out by nuclear death. Okay, so that's just to add the context and add some understanding to what is going on here. And so it is we men of the Lord who will fish them out of their bunkers and their holes, and we're going to place them into captivity, right? And the precept there is Psalms 2 and 8. If you want to get that right quick, brother.
Yes. Psalms 2:8. I got it.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I got it. Ready?
Yep. Go
This
ahead.
is Psalms 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen and the utmost part. What's that?
So like you read again, you kind of blanked out there, brother.
We're going off. Yeah, Salaki rather. Psalms 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Khan. So this is the precept to this verse here, or these scriptures that we've been reading, right? So these elite money changers that had us in derision, we're going to have them in captivity, and they're going to be responsible for building back the kingdom of Yasharallah, if you will, right?
Mhm.
Under our direction, under our righteousness, under our rulership, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Did you want to continue on here, or you want to move
Oh
on?
no, we can close it off here. We can
I,
we can close it off here.
Yeah, I got one more to close. I got Revelation 6 on deck here. Just to hammer the point home, if you will.
Revelation 6.
6 and 15 is where we're going.
Okay.
Do you want me to read? And
I can read and you can just break it down. Yeah, it says, and the kings. It says, and the kings was Revelation 6:15, and the kings of the earth,
right
and the
there.
great men,
Sorry, Salaki, go ahead.
yeah, and the kings of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and the great men, and the rich men,
Mm-hmm.
and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens, in the rocks of the mountains.
And so the kings of the earth, let's go there. And the kings of the earth speaks to, of course, the rulers of the earth, the so-called Illuminati, right? On the left-hand side, we are the Illuminati on the right-hand side, because Illuminati only means light bearer. And so if there's any light bearer being manifested, we men of the Lord on the highways and byways now, we are the light bearers on the right-hand side. And the great men, speaking to the prominent men of the earth, and the rich men, which of course, again, is the elite, and the chief captains and the mighty men, which is why I wanted to point that out, because the chief captains and the mighty men, that speaks to the military, right? And of course, we know that it's Esau who's responsible for these thermonuclear bombs and whatnot, right? But it is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's spirit that is in these bombs. He's the one that is directing them in a perfect array, whose target never misses. It is him that is responsible for it. Okay, and every bondman, which speaks to slaves, and the contemporary slave, of course, is those men that are in jail, that are locked away in prison houses. Okay, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains. So the elite think that after destruction takes place, just as this Edomite, and I perceive him to be an Edomite, because he says that they're gonna come back and try to rule again, but we know that that's not going to happen. We know that we're going to take on the rulership. So the elite think that after destruction takes place, that they're going to institute their what's called a continuity of government to rebuild, right? But not so. Hid themselves in the dens of the rocks of the mountains, hid themselves in bunkers or bomb shelters, right? And there's a good precept there for you brothers at home, which is Amos 9 and 1. And I don't know if you want to get that right quick, brother.
I'm already on it. It says, I saw the Lord Yahweh standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the intel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Continue.
Go on, yeah, keep going.
Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down.
Right, Khan. So this perception of them being going into these bunkers and being able to escape, or the idea that these guys somewhere have this mysterious bunker in the skies that they're going to be able to hide in, not so. No matter where they seek to escape, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai will bring them down. And I believe that's Obadiah 1 and 4. He says, even though they build, I shall bring them down. Right? So there is no escape for you elite devils. There is no escape for you Esau Edom. Even if you seek it with tears, we already know, say, that there is no repentance for you for all the wickedness, the abominations, the treachery that you've brought on in the earth. You must be recompensed for your wickedness. So saith the Lord.
Uh-huh. Real quick, I just wanted to go back into Revelation 6:15, where it says mighty men. You mentioned chief captains, which is the army men, the mighty men, also the army men, and every bondman. So this is also speaking about us as bondmen, because we're under bondage right now. We're still in bondage. We're in captivity.
We're still in captivity. Con.
Yeah, so it's speaking about us as well, not just the one in prison, but also us as well. We're slaves to the system. We're slaves to the dollar, right? Because if you don't work, you can't live.
That's right.
It says, and every free man, right, hid themselves in the dens of the rock, of the mountains. Now, and said to the mountains. Now, it says, and said to the mountains on the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. So, who's going to be scared? Who's going to? I mean, all of us are going to be scared in that day when Yahweh shall crack them clouds, because you don't know what to expect. I mean, yeah, we know what to expect, but it's going to be on a, on a magnified level. So it's going to be like shocking at the time. You know what I'm saying? But the ones who have no faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the one who weren't expecting Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to crack them clouds, those are the ones who are going to be like, yo, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb, because Isaiah 3 is going to be taking place right now. Isaiah 63:1. If you can grab that for me real quick. Yeah, it says, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come. Isaiah 63:1. And who shall be able to stand? Right? Now, the only ones who's going to be standing in that day is the elect. You people are going to be hiding because you didn't listen. You didn't hearken unto the voice of the prophets when they were speaking on the highways. And the voice of the prophet is not more than Yahweh Hashem Yahushai speaking to the men.
That's right.
Right? If you can read that for me real quick.
I got it right here. Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Yeah, so we know this is Yahweh Shai coming, man. The greatness of his apparel, and his garments dyed in red, meaning he's going to be, dealing with you people treacherously, man. So when you people see this, you're going to be begging the rocks to fall on you. Hide me from the wrath of the Lamb. This is Yahweh Shai coming, man. Go ahead.
Go on. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Yeah, mighty to save who? Mighty to save the elect, the Israelites.
That's right.
Nobody else, just the Israelites.
Just the Israelites.
And the elect amongst the Israel.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
Come on. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the white fat.
Yeah, so the entire world is the wine press, man, is the wine fat. And you people are the grapes. Right? Go ahead.
Grapes that are getting stomped out. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled onto my garments.
So this is speaking about the wrath of the Lamb. Revelation 6:17. For the great day of his wrath is come. You think Yahweh is not sitting down waiting for this day to come? The man can't wait for come to lay it down on you people, man, because you're just keeping up on the foolishness. And who shall be able to stand? Who? None of you people can stand up to Yahweh in that day. Right? You can create your space force. You can create your missiles, your armies. The scriptures speak about war in heaven. It's not going to be a war in heaven. It's going to be a massacre.
Right? Yeah, man. It's going to be a war in their heaven.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. And we know who the victor is, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is champion without any competition.
That is it.
So,
man. Man. That we want to give our praise, honor,
and glory, man,
to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh
Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakakadash.
And again, we want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us this truth. Peace and safety, all the brothers, the sincere one, who constantly pushes this word throughout the four corners of the earth, day in and out. To you, brothers, we want to say shalom.
Shalom. Wa abad babal.